how they doing at their defensive end?
Well, Caden's missed the last couple of days with boot on his foot, but he hopefully he'll be back out hopefully after spring. But he was doing okay when he was out there, and then he's Peter. You know, you notice him. He's the easy guy to see when he's out there. You know, I'm in his grits every day. You know, because he's a guy that we all know what he's capable of doing, and we've got to coach him that way. So I mean, he's been fun. TJ had I think he had a sack today. It's good to see him. I thought this might have been maybe his best practice so far. So they're doing fine.
As you talk about knowing what Peter's capable of doing, I guess what is the next step for him in terms of, is it production or is it?
Just ownership, details. Really getting his body where he needs to be so he can play a lot of snaps. Just really playing with, just the speed that he has, honing his pass rush, out on the edge. Those are things like that that he needs to take the next step on, and just being consistent with all those guys, not just him, all those guys just consistently grading a winner at their position. We don't need anybody to be perfect, but we need them to consistently grade a winner. And so just consistency.
Is there a world where if Jaheim and Hoffler and all those guys make enough of a step that you can play Peter more inside, or is it really just you want him?
No, we need him right where he's at right now, but he'll play everywhere, because he's one of our best pass rushers. So, you get some third down, he's going to go inside. Peter will be everywhere. I don't see a world where he doesn't bounce around a little bit. He's gonna be a guy that will be able to have a lot of position, versatility. But he's right where we need him right now. Go get your best players on the field.
How has Moffa looked early, and how about the guys behind you?
Moffa looks great. I try not to let him practice a whole lot. Get his work, and then he's a high rep guy, so let's get his work, and then we get him out. And he had a couple of great plays today. He just looks like a veteran. It's always a really cool thing from my lens when you see these kids as freshmen, and you see them as they have success and they gain confidence, and next thing you know, their senior year, and it's just like they got it, and that's just kind of where he is, and it's really fun to watch. Just the little nuances, and again, patience in the run game, setting up blocks, the game within the game, all of those things. His leadership, I'm really proud of him. He's had a heck of a spring, and we got his reps in today, and you notice him quick, and then we got him out. We'll see these other guys, but same thing. Jay's not back yet. We're hoping after the break that he'll be able to go. He's getting better, but that's been disappointing because we hadn't really been able to see him. But we've seen him, but this was we were excited to see him go compete in the spring. So hopefully he'll get some work when we come back. Keith continues to show up. He's just a tough runner. You think he's down, and there you go. He's got 5 more yards. Had a nice play today, nice touchdown. Got a lot of reps with the ones today. When we took Moffa out, and really kind of see how he responded. Jarvis, same thing. Jarvis has had a really good spring. He's, as I said the last time I talked to you, he's just a natural running back. Everything he does is just natural. He just comes naturally to him. Easy E, he's gotten a lot of opportunity, and he did some good things today too. So he's a guy that he's fast. He's got some toughness to him, and he's a lot to learn. There's a lot going on, and we've got a lot of installation in. And this time of spring it starts to pile up, but it'll slow down between now and August for him. So good group. Strecco got in there, made a couple of plays today, but we love the group. We'll see how it all plays out, but it'd be nice when we get Jay back so we can have kind of a complete group to evaluate.
How's the snapping been?
They've been good. We really have gotten better every day. I think early part of spring, Harris, he hadn't done it in a while, and so first day or two, got some low snaps and stuff, but he's kind of settled in a little bit. And he's had to play a good bit of guard as well, which we knew he's going to do that because we've had, a couple guys out. But he's doing a lot better. And then Linthicum and Trent, they're probably the furthest along as far as just snapping, and just their confidence and understanding everything. Harris really understands it, but his confidence in snapping in the heat of the battle, he's still, progressing there. He just needs the reps, so he's getting better. He's from day 1, day 2 to day 10, he's improved at center. Now he's played a lot of guard as well, with the ones and stuff, but the reps he's had, all 3 of those guys are, we're not disappointed, at all.
You said Elijah Thurman was kind of a wild card in there. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, we've mostly worked him at guard. We're doing some center stuff like, on our on the line stuff, but he's a guy that maybe second half of spring we might swing in there and see if we can get some live reps with him at center as well. But he's trying to make sure he gets comfortable and learns everything. And so he's been getting a good bit of guard work. Got a lot of 2 reps today. Did a good job.
I guess with a safety position, we obviously know, Tyler, RJ, experienced guys, Quill, Nickel, or any young safeties catching your eye or emerging at all?
Well, Kylan, he had a pick today. He's a kid that just kind of, shows up, makes plays. Kyle Griffin, Webb and Billings are, they're progressing. They're way ahead from where they were in the fall. We love the 2 young guys, Ricardo and Joe. I'd say the 2 things about the biggest thing about those 2 guys is, man, they love to play and they are freaking tough. You better know where Joe and where Ricardo are on the field, because if you don't, you're gonna pay the price. And I love that about them. They're wide open in everything that they do. So it's a really good group, good depth. Long way to go. We don't have Koval out there. Koval looks great. He's healing up, so be excited for him to get out there. He should be ready to go this summer and get all the workouts and off season. So it's a deep room. Khalil's back. He's doing well. He can play anywhere, all 3 spots. But those guys still got improving to do. Webb and Billings, all those young guys, they still a little green.
How about backer, especially, got a lot of new pieces there?
Yeah, we know what we have in Barrett and Woodaz. We're really, really confident in those 2 guys. That's kind of where it starts. Beyond them, there's a lot of competition. And, we like our guys, but there's a lot of competition. I think Kobe today, he's probably the most dependable. He's got some versatility to his game. He's a smart player. He's got some pretty good instincts. D has taken a good little step. I love what I'm seeing out of Jamal. They're different players, but I just think they've all improved. And so we like the group. Now you got Sammy rolling in here, and he's a guy you notice. So hopefully he'll keep progressing, and then Woodaz will show up. The other Woodaz, he'll show up in June and add to the group. But it's a work in progress. But we like our guys. Just got to keep coaching them up and see if we can get them in a game ready.
You mentioned Tooy was a guy who kind of got thrown in the fire with some extra reps. What have you seen out of him?
He does it. What I like about him is he's not afraid. He might give up a play, but he doesn't go in a shell. He comes right back. And I love that kid. He's natural. He's a smooth, just smooth in everything he does, whether it's his back pedal, his ball skills, his positioning. He's a tough kid. So, he likes to play. So he's getting a ton of reps right now. And ended up going with the ones today. AB was out today. If we were scrimmaging Friday, he would have been able to scrimmage, but he was out today, so he'll be back after the break. But it was good for Tooy to get all those reps. J. Lou obviously had postseason surgery. Corey Gibson showed up in January. He looks great. He'll be ready for the summer, but he tore his ACL in high school, so he's recovering. Strozier has been practicing. He's just not ready to scrimmage yet, but hopefully the second half of spring he'll be able to get out there. Miles Oliver, he's hurt, so we were a little thin today. So Tavoy got a lot of work with the ones, and it's good for him.
We expect Tyler Brown back after spring?
Yeah,
practice?
yeah, I think he'll be back. I'm not sure if they're going to let him scrimmage. We'll see where he is, but he's doing great. You know, he's running, doing all kinds of stuff. So he'll I anticipate at least get some teamwork, some indie, some things like that. Whether or not they'll let him scrimmage or not, I don't know. We'll just have to. That'll depend on how he responds to the next phase of his return to play protocol.
What has Westco shown you just over the first 10 days, maybe?
Poise. You know, I ripped him today. He fumbled the ball, and sometimes guys can kind of go in a shell with that. But I hadn't really had much opportunity to really yell at him, so I took full advantage of it today. And he just kind of looked at me. Comes right back, makes a couple great plays. I mean, he's poised, mature. Poise and maturity, rare for a young kid. Obviously he's very talented. But you see a lot of kids that are talented, but they don't have the mindset or maturity to go with it. He does, and so that's encouraging. And because all the rest of the stuff, he'll get better at. He'll get bigger. He'll get stronger. He'll work at it. He'll learn some other positions. All that stuff will come. He'll learn the bigger picture of things. But he's just a poised kid. He's poised. He's tough. Likes to play. Likes to be coached, and he's got the maturity and the mentality to match the talent.
Kate was saying that post-snap recognition was the thing you wanted to work on the most. Like, how much have you seen him just kind of knowing what he's seeing a little bit more?
I mean, he's been great. I mean, you just watch Cade. He's just kind of settled down, I guess is the best word. He's just very confident. He's year two too. With Garrett and what we're doing, and he's got complete ownership. And I've been really pleased with him and his decision making. I mean, he's had a few here or there, but not many. He's been consistent, and I'd say the same thing about CV. I expect that from Cade. CV, I was like, I don't know, because he hasn't had much work. And so to see where he is, that's probably been the biggest plus for us this spring, is seeing him and seeing his confidence, seeing his grasp, his understanding. All of us expected to see what we're seeing out of Cade. We weren't sure with CV. Through 10 practices, man, he's given all of us a little bit of a, take a deep breath. Feel good about this kid, man. He looks like the guy that we thought he would be. We recruited him, and so I'm happy for him, excited for him, and then Cade is just, like I said, he's done exactly what we thought he would do, because it's just important to him. He's accurate. He's made some big plays. When he's had some mistakes, he's really managed them well. He's come back, so just got to keep going. All those guys still got a lot of work to do, and we can't sit around and talk about it. They got to go do it. Got to go prove it. They're gonna have an opportunity, that's for sure. But from a practice habits and practice preparation and consistency day in and day out, he's doing what he needs to do.
I think CV, like you told him, like, I need to know that we can win games with you. I guess you feel like from what you've seen enough that you can win a game with him.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's not that he's Joe Montana, but he's been impressive in his understanding, and he's made some mistakes. He's had a few post snap things, here or there, but again, he just gets better every day. Like, he just gets more and more confident with his reps. You could see, and that's really what he needed. We just couldn't give him that in the fall, because we were redshirting him, and we just couldn't give him what he needed then. So he had to mentally really get most of it, because Hunter was our 2, and was definitely our 2, and Paul was our 3. So this has been really good for him, and man, he's just blossoming. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how he goes the rest of the way, but after 10 practices, I mean, all you can go on is what you see in practice. I mean, he hasn't flinched, and he's gotten better each and every day, and that's what we needed to see. So, that's why we recruited him. We thought he was one of the best players in the country coming out of high school, and he looks that way on the practice field, just with his skills and how he moves and how he's throwing the football. So his confidence is really, really growing, and that's been great because we need that. We all know that, and you're one rolled ankle away, right? And you better have somebody else that can go in there and win. And he's earning our trust through 10 practices. Again, ways to go, but we're thinking about between now and August, he's going to get another whole summer, another fall camp. If he stays on the track, then he's going to be able to help us.
Like what you've seen out of him using his legs?
Yeah. Made 2 huge plays today with his legs. I mean, he can run. He's a big, strong kid. That's a real dimension to his game that a lot of people don't really know, but he can move. He's in really good shape, and so again made 2 big plays today. Just post snap stuff with his legs. It was good to see.
Is he a different style of runner than Cade, or is he
Just bigger, similar. They're both really fast. I mean, Cade's fast. Cade can move. CB's runs very well. He's just bigger. Just a bigger dude.
Anyone else?
Another one with Champ. A lot of the other defensive line guys spoke really highly of him. What have you seen from him through 10 days of practice?
Same thing I would say about Westco, maturity, serious about it. It's important to him. He's not a silly, immature kid. Football's very important to him. He likes to be coached, and he's athletic, and he's got a lot of talent, but he's just a guy that really cares, and he just will hang in there and keep going. You look up one of these days and he's going to be a heck of a player for us. He's battling. He's gotten a lot of opportunity this spring too. So, he's what we hoped he'd be. Young player right now, but you certainly see the talent.
Anybody else?